Wow, 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 wow. Watercooler. Watercooler. Wow, 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 wow.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Oh, yeah. What? Are we going a day earlier in the week than usual? That's right. Don't check your calendars. Don't check your incorrect calendars that start on a Monday. Look, we're going a day earlier. We have Valentine's Day off. Here at Corolla Studios, we take Valentine's Day off. It's a national holiday.
Yeah, we take it very, very seriously.
We take it so seriously. Well, you know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Corolla Digital Bud and Matt. With me today in studio, Gary Smith.
What's up?
Hi, Gary. And all the way in Austin, Texas, Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
Hey, buddy. So we got the key three today. No Dawson. He's a busy boy. He's a busy boy.
Just the three married men showing up just to bring you all Valentine's Day pleasure. What else is new?
No Kalen either, although I do have a story about him. But no.
Oh, can't wait. Cannot wait.
But yeah, no Dawson. But follow him on Twitter. He'll tweet you pictures of his iPod. It'll be nice. All right.
Or his kitchen.
He's
been heavy with the social media pictures of that free model.
Who wouldn't?
After his dog definitely didn't burn out his house.
All right, so look, it's Monday. It's the Monday after Super Bowl, the biggest TV event of the year.
Yeah.
I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gary and I just went golfing.
Yes, we did.
On Saturday.
Yeah, it was delightful.
So it's been lovely. And then, of course, Matt has a Shea Fondelier, too. So the story I have about Kalen is I gave him a lot of crap last week because he invited me to a Laker game. He just a quick recap, he got for a Secret Santa gift tickets to any Laker game he wanted to go to. He loves the Warriors. He wanted to see the Warriors play. He picked them playing the Warriors. And then
I give him a fair amount of crap as well, and I'm going to come into this story at a few different points as well.
Sure. So he had 3 tickets, and he invited me.
Isn't that nice?
Which I know. Well, he invited me day of, the day he got the gift, and then but he never mentioned it since, and it was kind of a joking, like, yeah, man, you can come, sure.
Yeah.
We would laugh about it because I'm already inserting myself into this gift.
Right.
Seconds after he got it.
And the other ticket's going to his girlfriend.
Yes. So last week he's like, hey, man, you still coming? Which then I got upset with him for. I'm like, dude, give me more of a heads up here. I don't think it's fair now that you told me you were going the whole time, but I had no idea. I'm a busy guy too. I got a baby on the way.
Last time this came up was a different year.
Yeah. It was a whole different year.
It was a different year.
It's a very good point.
Yes.
And speaking of years and the way with which to track them, did you at least have it penciled into a calendar?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
So you kind of knew.
I knew
you were holding it, but you should be told whether or not you can release the day.
Yeah, I knew it was a possibility. It was a hold this day. Who knows? Let's see if your friendship still lasts. Let's see if you guys have overcome obstacles, hardships, whatever. And so I gave him a lot of crap. But then at the end of it all, I said, I'd love to go. Let's do it. Now, I was faced with a conundrum. Because just like Jim Carrey and Yes Man, I said yes man to another group of guys. And that was, I had a tea time, a golf. By the way, we got to stop calling it tea time because it sounds like it's a tea party.
No, it doesn't.
I think people know.
I think everyone knows.
You know.
Even Matt's not confused.
Okay, well then that is the
and Matt probably
standard.
does have tea times the other way.
I can't wait for that Shea, by the way.
9:45 in the morning. Definitely need one.
There you go.
So I had a tea time with my cousin and Gary.
Did he just call out the exact time that we had a tea time for?
Oh, that was.
What's up?
Wow,
Get out of my calendar, Matt.
That's impressive.
You guys should know that I have EST.
Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah.
I can predict. It was an ESP joke.
Oh.
It's all right.
It only works at times, though.
That's right.
Got it. That was wild.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, so golf takes a while, too. Golf will always take longer than you think.
Yeah, and you really don't think about everything that goes into it because you gotta travel to and from the course. You're talking most of a day.
Right. So I made the poor decision of saying yes to a golf morning and then saying yes to a basketball game at night.
Yeah.
Which means my whole day is done.
It's a fantastic day as a single man.
My whole day is accounted for, right?
And then it would be football the next day?
Yeah, and then football.
It's just 3 sports in a row.
Oh, yeah. Look at me. It's a triathlon. So
crazy.
So I did some thinking. I looked inward. And I thought, I shouldn't do both. I should make myself available to my pregnant wife.
Inner Gary talk spoke up.
Who, and look, I mean, she was cool with me going, by the way, but I just thought, I shouldn't, I'd feel guilty the whole time.
It's working.
So I'm thinking, all right, what do I give up? And now this is Friday morning, right? The day before all the events take place. I got to give up one, Chris. What do you want to give up? And I thought, well, here's how I'll figure it out. What am I most easily replaceable with so I don't put the other guys out? Right?
That's very thoughtful.
Yeah.
So I have a tea time with 3 guys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Put your pinky up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oolong. It was oolong night.
Nice.
Or I have a Laker game against the Warriors. Right. The problem.
That's
arguably the most.
That's not going to be a tough ticket to.
Right.
To find
arguably the most fun team to watch in basketball. So I thought, okay, and LeBron just passed the all-time scorers list. It's a big deal. Everybody's having a good old time in basketball. So I thought, I'm going to give up the ticket. Kalen could easily find somebody to take his ticket. So I shoot him a text. Hey man, I'm really sorry. Thanks so much for the invite, but I gotta bail on this basketball game. And he was like, fine, no problem, whatever. He was nice about it. And then I went golfing.
Well, at this point, let me just interrupt. He did one of the nicest things ever, and I've been razzing him about this Laker game as well. He turned around after he got your text, and I'd like to think that I was the first person he offered it to. So he asked if I wanted to go to the game, and I didn't. I had plans that night that I had long standing, so I said, thank you very much, but I can't make it. Have fun. And
wow. Good job, Keelan.
But, at that point, I now have the knowledge in my head that Chris has bailed out. And so one of the first things I said to Chris when I saw him at golf the next morning was, hey, man, why you out for the Laker game tonight?
Yeah, and I told him the truth. So anyway, Gary and I golf. We have stories about that. But then I get home, and I think, I'm going to put on the Laker game in the background just to have it on, see what I missed.
Yeah.
Be really bummed if something awesome happens, whatever. And I put it on, and I'm watching the game. And it's kind of confusing. First off, the Lakers, they're both wearing like the opposite colors. Like the Lakers are wearing all white and like light blue jerseys for like from the Michigan days.
Yeah.
And then the Warriors are wearing like black and yellow, which kind of look at the Hollywood Knights uniform that the Lakers wear. So
Minneapolis, but I know what you meant.
Oh yeah, Minneapolis, excuse me, not Michigan. And then so anyway, I'm watching the game, and then I realize, wait a minute, they're playing in San Francisco. And I'm thinking, okay, this is odd because of the courts as Warriors all over the place, and obviously, and then the Warriors are the home team. So I'm thinking, oh, you know what they're doing? They're replaying something that happened last time. So I'm waiting for it to cut back to the game, and it's not cutting back. And now I'm just confused. So I Google the Laker game. It's like Lakers at Warriors, and I'm just doubly confused. I'm thinking, what? I'm disoriented now. It's kind of like I just woke up from a nap, and I'm like, where am I? That's what it felt like. Like, what is happening right now? I don't know what's going on, and I'm confused. So I'm like, I am positive now that the Lakers are playing in San Francisco tonight. Like, I'm watching them play in San Francisco. So I text Kalen, it's an away game? Kalen just responds, yeah, LOL.
Oh my God.
So at this point, we know for certain Kalen invited at least 2 people to a non-existent basketball game.
Wow.
It was incredible.
And then who's the Secret Santa who got him tickets to a game in another city?
Well,
that's multiple hours away.
Here's the thing. He gave tickets to Kalen to the Warriors game on March 5th. Kalen just this whole time thought it was for February 11th. The Saturday.
Oh, so he still has the tickets. Or
yeah,
just for
he still has them.
Yeah, so he was gifted these by
God.
He was gifted these by the season ticket holder. So Kalen probably said, I want the Warriors game. And this guy just went no doubt and gave him the tickets for the Warriors game without even looking at the date.
So Kalen's like, so it turns out I have tickets to the March 5th date, to which I responded, awesome, we're going to have such a great time.
And thank God you didn't cancel golf, because you would have been out both activities. I would have been really upset.
I would have been pissed at Kalen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was my story with Kalen. I'm sure we'll hear from him at the Patreon show, but
damn,
yeah, he really pulled a number on me. Well, on himself too.
Sounds like Keelan needs to stop focusing on quarters and start focusing on common sense.
I like it.
Common
No
sense.
sense.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
No,
it.
it worked. It worked. Yeah, write that
I hope
down.
that Keelan's laughing. I hope he's laughing.
He is.
He is somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, so Gary and I went golfing. We had a nice little day, and
Yeah.
man, I'm so bad at golf. It's fun though. I had such a great time, but we did we're convinced that the guys behind us just hated us, right? We took too long.
Yeah, so we had a foursome, and there was a foursome ahead of us. It was kind of a busy day, and anytime that happens, you end up with a big buildup at every par 3 because you have to basically let the group ahead of you hit and then clear the green. There's no I'm going to play part of the hole once you guys get far enough away. So there was a lot of buildup, and then at a certain point, I think it's fair to say that if not everyone in our group, most of the people in our group were having a particularly bad day.
Yeah.
I was playing abysmally. I woke up this morning thinking about how bad I played and feeling embarrassed that I had done that in front of Chris and his friends and whatever.
Oh, we all did it.
But at a certain point, I was wearing brand new golf shoes. They're the second time I'd ever worn them. Thank you. They were a Christmas
They're
gift.
clean.
Yeah, and I really like them.
Gary had a nice drip.
Yes, it was strong. But at a certain point, I realized that I had walked through several piles of duck shit in these brand new shoes, and the bottom of them were just caked with shit. And I was super upset about it, and I was complaining.
He did. He was vocal about it.
I thought I saw a water fountain at one point, and I went over, and there was no water coming out of it, and I was that pissed me off even more because I thought I had the solution, and then I didn't. So a few holes after that, we were at another par 3, and so it's stacked up. So there's always going to be at least the group behind you waiting while you're teeing off, and maybe even another group, depending on how busy it is. And we went up there, and we were teeing off. So there's the guys behind us who we think may not like us a little bit at this point because we're playing kind of slow.
Yeah.
And we all tee off, and while the last guy is teeing off, I've already teed off, Chris has already teed off, but the last one of our friends is teeing off. As he's lining up, I look over and I see one of those ball washers that they have, right? I don't know if you've ever seen this map, but it's like a little reservoir of water, and there's a plastic thing that comes out the top, and you can put your ball in it.
Yeah,
and then
You don't need to tell me about the ball washer.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then,
Matt.
I have a question for you. Do you know of any other features of the ball washer, perhaps down at the base?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a shoe cleaning, as you know. There's a shoe cleaning Brillo pad, basically.
It's like an upside down brush where
Right.
you can just scrape your shoes on.
And I hadn't noticed those or thought about them until right at that moment. And I saw it and I went, oh, problem solved.
Yeah.
But what the result of that was that after the last guy had teed off, this group of people who had already been sitting here watching us and waiting.
They're kind of on our ass the whole time.
They're kind of on our ass, get to see me walk up to this thing and spend a good 60 to 90 seconds brushing my shoes.
Yeah, he shouldn't have waited till we were all done.
I didn't realize.
and ready to drive away.
I didn't notice it until the last second. I didn't know if there was going to be one at the next hole. It turned out there was one at every hole, but
Yes.
it was then that those guys started to hate us, and Chris and I started joking about it.
And then at another hole, it's in Gary in my head, these guys are not happy with this. We're really slowing them down. So we finish off another hole, and then Gary comes up to me and talks to me about it as we walk back to the cart. He's like, dude, the guys behind us hate us. And I'm like, yeah, I can feel that too. I can feel that energy too. And I feel badly because we're playing so poorly and they're watching all of our shitty shots. But I feel it too. But what are we supposed to do about it? And then so as we're walking, we look up and we realize this whole conversation, we've been walking the wrong way. The carts were behind us. So not only are they just watching us talk about them, but we are totally walking away from our cart, having a conversation that turn around oh, it's over there.
And by the way, Matt, when I say we were walking the wrong way, we were walking into a forest. There's nothing in the direction we were walking. It was just an expanse of wilderness. And the carts are definitely behind us. And that was pretty much the theme for the rest of the day.
Are you? Sorry, go ahead.
No.
It
Was that these guys hate us. We definitely think those guys hate us.
Yeah.
Were you just too proud to let them play through?
There was
No, because we're behind the other guys.
We were keeping up with the group ahead of us. We weren't playing so slowly, but we were just...
I get it, but if they're being dicks about it
They
and
were
putting
being
pressure
dicks.
on you.
It wouldn't have done anything because by the time, like for instance, at the par 3, we would have just then been watching them tee off with another group already sitting behind us, and there was just
so you still would have had the pressure.
Yeah, there was no getting around it. We would have definitely let them play through if that was an option, but mostly we weren't playing like embarrassingly slow or anything, but we were just bad to the point that we could just sort of feel that these guys were like, get the fuck off the course. Like, you guys don't belong out here.
We played the blue tees, which was a mistake.
That was a big mistake made by one Chris Loxamana, by the way, Matthew. One of his friends said, what tees do you guys want to play for? And as I'm in the process of going, well, my handicap does not justify anything past white, I got about 3 words into it, and Chris goes, play the blues, it's bonus golf. And I just went,
man.
Okay, whatever. And so now we're playing from the advanced tees, and most of us are hitting it about 25 yards off of the tee box. On the second hole, there was a creek that is cement that's 18 inches wide. It runs 18 inches wide, and it runs across the hole.
Yeah, you could just walk over it.
You could absolutely walk over it, no problem. And I managed to get my ball into it.
Yeah.
I hammered my drive straight into the 18 inches of water that existed on this hole. There was no other water on the hole.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this all just circles back to something you said at the beginning of talking about golf, Chris, which is you said, I believe the quote was, I'm really bad at golf. And I realize that you've officially reached a very important time in a golfer's life.
Okay.
Because prior to this moment, you've just been playing golf and you're having a good time. And Gary's like, Chris is actually better than you might think. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And now you're getting a little bit confident. You're like, wow, golf's pretty fun.
Yep.
But now you realize the reality of playing golf, which is that nobody's good at golf. And you are, in fact, terrible at playing golf. And so now it's up to you to decide, can I play through this? Like, can I get to the point where I'll start to actually feel like I could be a good golfer, which is probably never going to happen in your life.
That's right. Yeah. This is the growth.
Not with that attitude.
This is the growing pain. It's like, it really is.
That's why I stopped playing golf, because I reached that point and I was like, I'm terrible at golf and I will never be good at it. And thus, I shall stop.
Yeah. It's right now I'm in middle school, like elementary school. Dude, life's awesome. Everything rules. And then I hit middle school and maybe a little high school. It's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about this. This is
I'm proud of you. Hang in there, man.
Thank you.
Just know the road's tough.
It's a challenge.
Gary, do you think you're a good golfer? Do you feel like you're a good golfer?
Not last weekend.
Gary's a good golfer.
No, I'm not. I'm a.
See what I mean? This is exactly what I'm talking about, Chris.
A straight up putt daddy.
I am of the level that most times I go out there, I would not outright embarrass myself, and I would not feel embarrassed to play with strangers. I'm not good by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm good enough that I'm not going to slow down the people behind us, and I have no level of pride that would stop me from picking up a ball. If the hole has beaten me, the hole has beaten me, and I will fucking wave that white flag. I'm not playing for my handicap like a very serious golfer. And that I think is one of the more annoying things in golf. When somebody's a 25 handicap and they are taking every shot as seriously as they possibly can, 12 practice swings, 90 seconds in front of the ball, that kind of shit drives me nuts.
Right.
So I very much try to do the opposite of emulating that.
Yeah. All right. Well, so it's Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Gary, you had a Valentine's Day dinner already, and you're going to do a little lunch tomorrow. I know I'm going to cook Jenna dinner tomorrow. Matt, do you have V-Day plans?
Well, I will say that I guess I could tease it for the next Shay, which is that we got an air fryer. So we're going to try to use our air fryer for the first time. That's going to be kind of our little Valentine's Day plans. But for today's Shay, I do have what one could consider a pretty fun, like pre-Valentine's date that we went on. That was a lot of fun.
I can't wait. So yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Oh, by the way, Matt, Gary also has a trip coming up. He's going to Lake Arrowhead. And, yeah,
cool.
And I asked them, they let you back into that town?
Yeah, seriously,
I can't believe this.
Yeah,
you gonna perform?
As I told Chris, I'm allowed to go directly to and from a private residence, but not so much to like the businesses.
No public space.
No, it's like kind of bring your own food, like mule it all up there because you're not welcome at the grocery store.
Will the place you'll be staying in be haunted?
It must be. I mean, not the last place wasn't.
Depends
so
if any of the people that I'm going with get out of line.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm going with Randy.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, that's going to get real haunted.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about your Shay, Matt, because Valentine's Day, the second most busiest restaurant day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Full staff all the time. If you ever worked at a restaurant, that's like a huge, huge day.
I would make sense.
Yeah, and it's second only because it's a bunch of two tops typically.
Yeah.
So it's just couples, and you can burn through them real quick
I guess what the first one is?
Unless it's Matt's table. Yeah, sure.
Mother's Day?
Mother's Day is number one. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah. So that just
I'll tell you what,
fun
dude.
factoid.
Fucking 2005, Marina Del Rey, July 4th, El Torito. That's where you needed to be.
That's
that was
where
the
it-
busiest. That was the
that's where it
busiest holiday
happened.
of the year. July 4th.
Yeah, you want
It
to
was
eat
rough.
that? You want to?
For the country's Independence Day, you go to a
Yep.
Mexican restaurant?
That
That's
is,
right.
I
What?
spilled so many margaritas and fajitas trays that day.
Was there some kind of a promo going on? Like fucking 2 for $4 or something? Like,
I wish
Did
there
you have
was.
to? You
so
have to,
confused.
you have to carry those fajitas out sizzling, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like an ad.
yeah.
You're there. You're on
Makes-
display.
I hate that they sizzle, but I love fajitas so much that I will never stop ordering them.
You can just ask, like, can you please bring it out to me post sizzle?
Fuck that. I want it sizzling. I like
Yeah, bring
I
out
like
the sizzle,
taste.
man.
I just don't like the majesty. But
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorite restaurants right now is like in the parking lot outside of my neighborhood. It's a Mexican restaurant that I've been going to for not that location, but I've been going to this restaurant. It was my favorite restaurant when I was 9, and still is. I go there all the time to get fajitas.
Yeah.
Like the guy knows me now. Like I walk in and he just kind of looks at me and he's like, the thing, and I'm like, yeah.
Dude, fajitas are yeah. Yeah,
Like that's basically what like the level we've gotten to. He's like,
Yeah.
you're doing the thing, right? And I'm like,
you know
yeah.
why I'm here. I
Yeah.
know why I'm here. Let's not
Let's
lie
do
to
this.
ourselves. Yeah.
And I it's a somewhat recent revelation, but I've started getting comfortable going there by myself. So every now and then, if I have time, I'll just go in there with AirPods and I'll sit there and I'll eat my fajitas.
I love it.
It's the best.
Actually, speaking of by yourself, I had a by myself moment.
You did.
I watched the Super Bowl by myself.
Joya was horrified.
Really?
Why?
She insisted that I invite you over, but I
Why?
knew you wanted the. Oh, she just
Horrified.
She just felt bad. She was like, "Oh my god, he's going to be alone." I tried to explain to her that you were like, kind of comfortable with
I
it
was
and
looking
stoked
forward
on
to
it.
it.
So
Yeah, I mean, look, I usually go to a Super Bowl party, but I thought, I have the house to myself. Jen's working. I thought I could watch the game. I could eat whatever I want, and
that's living.
just focus on whatever I want. Like usually at Super Bowl parties, you're talking to people, everyone's yelling at the TV. It's fun. Like I like being around people. I'm not a complete introvert.
Super Bowl parties are fun, but they're not necessarily conducive to experiencing the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So it was just nice to watch the game, do what I want. I cleaned the living room. I cleaned put on the garage. I was cleaning in there for a while.
awesome.
Just
Wow.
doing
Did you watch the game at all? Or did you just clean?
Oh, I did both. But
Nice.
I had a really good time. And weirdly, I've been productive on Super Bowl before. Actually, one other Super Bowl where I spent by myself, I wrote the theme song for Resume and I recorded it.
Oh wow,
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so it's actually,
that's the thing.
yeah.
Plus, as I said to you, privately, but I think it's very true. Like for anyone who is, either newly married or newly, about to be a parent, time to yourself in your house is not easy to come by.
Yeah.
Especially when you have young kids and stuff, it's just like there's usually someone else around. It's delightful, but when you get that opportunity to kind of have a few hours where it's just like you're the king of your castle, that's nice.
Yeah. I had a fantastic
Did you
time.
cheer?
Oh, I
Did you
did.
root?
I cheered. I
Hollered,
rooted.
yelled
I
at the
hollered.
refs?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I yelled at the screen. I looked back like, can you believe this?
What'd
To
you
my
do?
stuffed animals sitting on the couch.
What'd you snack on?
I was just going to say, you said you ate what you wanted, but part of the thing with the Super Bowl party is you're going to get the 24 wings, the triple large
Right.
pizzas. Like you're just by yourself. What'd you do?
I got Indian food.
Yes, that's the best
Cool.
answer ever.
Hell yeah, it is.
That fucking rules.
Got some
Congratulations,
freaking curry,
Chris.
baby.
Good for you, bud.
I didn't get to watch Curry play the night before, so I thought I'm gonna cook with some curry today. I had curry, dumplings, dude. Just had a fantastic time. So,
What a dream.
Yeah, and then Jen came home during the halftime show, so we actually got to watch the rest of it together. It was beautiful. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, we got comments here, which I'm excited to get to. Before we get to that, Matt, I have something that I want to ask you about, and it's your outgoing voicemail. Do you know what it is?
Oh my God, I have
Like,
absolutely.
hey, you've reached Matt. Leave a message.
Yeah, I have no idea what it says. I have not changed
Hi.
that probably in over a decade.
Leave your name, number, and I'll get right back to you.
Hi,
Is
this
that what it
Matt.
says?
Leave
I
a
don't know.
message. It's that.
That's what mine is. Mine literally is, hey, it's Chris. Leave a message.
Yep.
I
I think mine might just say Gary Smith.
Just your name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we brought this up many years ago, but my all-time favorite was Mike Lynch, former Corolla Show producer, whose outgoing voicemail included, "If this is emergency, please hang up and dial 911." And I razzed him for it, and then he explained to me that he's a therapist
And he has to have
that
mental
he
health
has to
issue.
have it because he has clients call him, and
I
I was
know.
like, "Oh,
But we know him as a copywriter. And we
Yeah.
thought,
yeah,
dude,
exactly." I thought it was
hilarious.
hilarious.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny to us either way because he's just a funny guy. So, I've noticed a few of my friends, like when I've called them and I've heard, because they screen my calls because they don't have anything to do with me, that when I hear their voicemails, a lot of them are in cars, and that bothers me because it's like you had to do
You
it while
had
driving.
to do that then?
You can't. Like
You couldn't carve out
find
5
a room.
minutes when you're just sitting
Find a
around?
room. Like, yeah, there's some like where there's car background. Hey, what's up? Leave a message. Thanks for calling.
Oh, you know the other one I've heard before that also bugs me is someone that is clearly doing it with the TV on with the volume going.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Why?
hit mute for this.
Why
4
the background
seconds.
noise? What is going on?
I tell you what, if you're scared, close captioning and mute it.
Yeah.
You can read the words.
You can miss it.
You won't miss anything.
you got the 5 seconds. You got the time.
Jesus. These people.
These monsters.
These freaking people.
Cavemen. Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, anyway, yeah. So the reason is I called. I don't want to name the person here, but I called and got a message and totally in a car, and I thought, what are you doing? What are you doing, bud?
I know who it is.
Like, what is? And by the way, Adams is still your voice, Matt.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
say his all the
that's
time.
pretty great.
So that's always fun. All right, you guys need comments?
You got.
Oh,
Can I
sorry,
do
go
one
ahead.
more little thing?
Please.
On the outgoing voicemails. You guys remember the fake out ones
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
where you go, "Hello,
Yeah.
I used to do
Assholes.
that.
Assholes.
I did that.
this
you
is
know.
a voicemail." Yeah,
You were young. I
Yeah.
give you a pass.
Hello. Oh hey, great. By the way, I'm not here right now, so that, you know.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
so to the
There's-
point where when people would call me, or if my friends did, and I would call them, and they would say hello, I would just wait
Yeah,
until
you get the pause.
something real happened, and then I'd go because I'm not falling for it. Yeah.
there is, I don't know which episode, but there is like a Sword and Scale, a true crime episode where, the show always has the actual audio. And so they have a recording of a voicemail of somebody calling in like panicked, but the voicemail is a fake out voicemail. So
my God.
the person answers the phone and goes, "Hello?" And the person's like, "Oh my God, Michael, hello? Michael, you got to answer the
my
phone.
God.
This is my voicemail." And I'm just like, I cannot believe that's a real thing. Like, can you imagine?
Of course, the
Oh.
odds of that happening, and
Yeah.
during a real panic call, that's when it really happens. I heard like it's bad because telemarketers, I mean, I don't know, or there's something like scammers can like they think, this is that person's number, we can mark that because they. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, it does, and that's sort of the new world order of the fake out voicemail is the fake out fucking call.
Dude,
Where
I hate
when like the person calls and you like pick up and I don't know. I'm also scared. Like I don't like to. I'm very careful if I get a spam call of what I say because I'm afraid that they're recording it.
Yeah.
and they're gonna get me saying yes
how
and
do
like
you-
play it in some nefarious way.
So
I don't know if that's rational or not. But
no,
like,
it's fine. Look, you can't trust these people at all. So it's nice that the iPhone will warn you if it's a
Likely
potential
spam,
scam
yeah.
caller, but sometimes it doesn't get them all the time, right? So, and I get a lot of unknown numbers that call me because like it's a guest of the show and I don't have their number yet or whatever, and they're parking. So I typically will answer it. Typically, so
I answer most of them too, and it screws me more times than not.
yeah. So if it's a spam call and you think it's a spam call, how do you answer it? Bring, 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 bring.
I used to say yes, but then I got paranoid of
Yes?
people.
Oh, because then you're agreeing to something. Like,
Correct.
this call's being recorded. Yes.
Correct. But now I'll just say hello, and then I wait, and I will wait forever. I will never.
And
say
then if you
another
hear
word.
like the click that their mic became active or something,
Yeah.
I'll hang up. But yeah, I'll just go. Yeah, I'm like really short. Like I don't even say hello. I'll just go low. So pick it up, low.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
and then we'll see what they say. And then if they're giving me some of that bullshit, I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, no thanks. But
Yeah,
I can't be mean to them though. But I don't know.
it's very frustrating in our business. I've noticed that people who don't think they're going to get the answer that they want in an email will try to try to assault you with the phone call.
Yeah, I get that.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then you end up on these call and it's like you don't want to be rude, but also this should have been an email and the answer is not what you want. So let's not do this any longer. It's tough. It's uncomfortable.
I agree. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just it's annoying now because I have to stop whatever I'm doing to look at this phone call to answer it.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, leave me alone. But I don't know. Are you the same thing with like spam emails too? Like when I unsubscribe, I'm convinced that I'm subscribing to like 10 more things.
Yeah, I've stopped the unsubscribe game. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you want to unsubscribe? Enter your email in here, and then we'll unsubscribe you, bud. Just enter your actual email that works, we know that works, and it's yours, and then we'll get you off this mailing list.
Yeah,
it's like
I don't trust you.
I feel like I'm just subscribing to other things by doing this. Okay, all right, let's do comments.
Now it's time for listener comments.
All right, and once again, these are all comments found within our Facebook group, and please, for those listening who are not part of our Facebook group, please join. It's a lot of fun. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions. We might let you in.
Probably. And it's a good place if you want to see what Dawson's dog definitely didn't burn down.
It's my favorite place on the internet. Everyone's really cool there. I love it. All right, so Charles White, he wrote in. Oh, he posted a comment. He just says, Dawson's microwaved salami Sammy sounds great. I love to microwave Spam with cheddar cheese, then load up the sourdough bread with mustard. Matt, Shay, can we get a ruling?
I mean, it's not to my liking. The Spam in particular, not my go-to, but I am all for the just sort of crack out snacky foods. Everyone kind of has their own little thing. Chris, you had some weird thing about a peanut butter and jelly or something. Peanut
butter and jelly tortilla.
Oh yeah, peanut butter and jelly quesadilla.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Oh
Quesadilla.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Dude, you're
again,
making me
not something I'm gonna have, but I'm not gonna poo poo it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dawson's microwave salami in his brand new kitchen.
We did pigs in a blanket yesterday for the game.
Pigs in the Blankies, best Super Bowl food ever.
So it was great, and I was very excited about it. And then right as my wife presented them to me, she said, the internet said to put everything bagel seasoning on some of them. So I did that. And I was so stoked. They were fantastic.
You know, Matt, you should get a cut of this everything bagel seasoning that is sweeping the nation because they're totally just taking the way you have eaten bagels for years, and they found a way to monetize it.
Exactly. I wish I had thought of this. Just collect all of the scrapings and just put it into a jar and sell it to people.
Yeah.
It's like the person who invented potpourri. Just take a bunch of fucking leaves and sticks and stuff, and then, people pay money for it.
Potpourri, leaves and sticks and stuff.
And then profit.
Then profit, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would call yours, if you did it, Matt, your bagel seasoning, I would call it Matt's Bagel Dust.
Oh, I like that.
I like
Matt's
that
Bagel
too.
Dust. Yeah, Bagel Dust sounds great. And you got to obviously put your brand on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything bagel seasoning, I put that on everything too. It really
good.
makes things sing.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Dennis Anderson says, hey, heard you guys ordering some caviar from the farm. Which do you recommend? Matt.
TheCaviarFarm.com, also known as MarshallbergFarms.com.
Yeah.
No, I think he's saying he's going to use that.
Oh, he's going to order from there.
What kind do you guys recommend? Like what of their varietals?
Thank you. Honestly, they are all really, really good.
You're
I
so
feel
solid,
like
yeah.
I think they call it like the Royal Osecha, which is maybe like a medium level grade. It's not the most expensive, not the least expensive. That one was just incredible.
Yeah.
But honestly, even like the lower tier one is really, really good. And if you've never really had caviar before, you're not going to know the difference anyway. So just go with your wallet.
Yeah, and get those 34-degree crackers, a little creme fraiche if you want a little richness, and
got stew going.
it's a good time. It is a really, really good time. Heather Hoyt says, so I clean pools for work. Today a customer came out and told me that his son dropped a quarter into the pool and wanted to know if I could get it out. I'm certain that none of you have ever tried to get a quarter out of the pool using a pool net, but it's super hard. Anyways, I spent a good couple minutes trying to get it, and I finally got it. And let me tell you, I've never been more excited to see whether or not it was a state quarter. Spoiler alert, it wasn't, and I didn't even get to keep it. The customer gave it back to his kid. What, just to drop back in the pool? You earned that quarter, Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah, this made me
Tell
hate
him you couldn't find it.
This made me hate your client because that's an unreasonable ask. I'm sorry. That's an unreasonable ask for anyone who is not planning to get in that pool. You got to wait until the next person that's getting in that pool and you ask that person to get it.
What are we doing raising our kids to throw a coin in a pool and you can't just jump in the pool and get it? Live a little, man. Push your kid in.
Yeah,
Push
let
your
him
kid
learn. He has to learn to swim the hard way with a life situation.
He fucked around. Time to find out.
Yeah, and if he survives, he's rewarded.
Yeah.
And I want to know, what are the circumstances of how the quarter even got into the pool in the first place? Was he just dicking around?
Yeah, and is that kid pissed now that you basically took away his wish?
Where do you live? Like, what, in LA, you can't, if you're under the age of 30, you can't get close to a pool because they all have fences around them.
Yeah, Heather, we need more details.
So
here.
is this like a 31-year-old kid who's severely disabled, or is this a young child who's getting way too close to the water for the safety aspect?
Spoiled hedge fund kid.
I mean, this guy can afford a pool cleaner, so clearly he's Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I wouldn't put it past Matt for trying to get a quarter out with his pool net. He's been around pools his whole life, or jacuzzis at least.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm usually in the pool if I'm going to be digging around. What do I need a pool net for?
Yeah, Matt just uses his toes.
Life's short.
Life's short. Yeah, get in there.
That's what I'm saying. If your kid drops a quarter in your pool,
push him in.
That's a good, that's a good excuse to throw on those trunks and just dive in that pool. You probably haven't very long. So,
Have you? So I'm guessing Gary Jr. has done the swim classes.
No, he hasn't done the classes. He will this coming pool season, but his grandparents live very nearby and they have a pool.
Okay.
So he's been exposed to the pool for his whole life and he's very comfortable.
Yeah, because I've seen videos and it's terrifying of like them taking babies. It's like, oh, we're gonna teach them how to swim, and they just like drop the baby into a pool.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's happening? That looks crazy.
I don't think that's actually real. I think that like the internet found one video or 3 videos of it, and they just propagated.
Is this their Nirvana shoot?
It's wild.
What the hell? Yeah. By the way, Heather, that Nirvana baby got $1. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Well, not enough dollars because now he's our age and he's suing everyone.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's getting more dollars now. Let's see. Bud Seipert. He says, I'm a Texan. Oh, Matt. You got a fellow Texan here. Oh, by the way, before I read Bud's comment, congratulations to all the states that Kaylin picked in the Patreon show.
Oh, we're going to have comments about it. People were hype.
Yeah, there's some. Dude, these are big celebrations. Like, do you think the Super Bowl is huge? Wait till your state gets its quarter recognized and joins Kaylin's quarter collection.
Yeah, there won't be some stupid holding call in that situation.
Yeah, it's a truly incredible day. No refs to ruin it. It's just pure celebration and happiness. It's wonderful.
Have you guys watched, there's a new show on Peacock called Poker Face?
I've seen the first 2 episodes.
I have not watched it yet.
Okay, well, Chris, you can perhaps relate to.
Yeah.
We spent part of our podcast making fun of Kalen and his quarter corner and not having a proper map with which to store all of the coins. And an hour and a half later, I put on episode 2 of Poker Face. And what happens within the first 5 minutes of the episode, somebody reaches up to a giant map of the United States where a bunch of quarters are and takes a quarter out. And it's like part of the plot of the episode.
I'm not suspicious.
That's crazy.
But I'm a little suspicious. Yeah.
Serendipity, man.
Are we writing more TV on this show? It's happened.
ChatGPT gets a hold of this podcast. The world might end.
Oh, boy.
It just might.
Well, Bud Seipert, he's a Texan, Matt, so you should hit him up. He says, I'm interested in how California guys found these artists like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Kenny Wayne, Fabulous T-Birds, Classic Country. Your deep dives make me question previous stereotypes. Look, yeah, we listen to whatever.
We have music out here.
We have music.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
But yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan, one of my, if not my favorite guitarist, one of them. Like, it's just, he's a master. He's the reason I tuned my guitar half step down and my strings are a lot thicker than most people usually play.
His brother Vince is hilarious.
Oh, Vince, yeah. I went to
I'm a big fan of that movie, The Breakup.
Yeah, it's
he's
good.
very good. He's very, very good in it. Let's see here. I went to a Hollywood Bowl show with Jimmy Vaughn. That's Steve's other brother that plays guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember we were sitting in the back. Have you been to the bowl?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Matt, you've been there.
Oh yeah.
We were sitting in the back, where everyone just like drinks and hangs out. But we were talking. We got shushed during the opening act, and man, I was shamed.
Show some respect, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time that we went to the bowl, it was a Billy Joel concert or something, if memory serves. And my parents came, and my friends and their parents came, and they all like wine, and they all brought this very nice, expensive wine, thinking that it was one of the normal shows where you can go in and picnic, and you could not. So what that led to was like 8 of us basically shotgunning like several $100 bottles of wine, just trying to like get it down before we got into the show, so it wouldn't go to waste.
I can't believe they turned you away. Because I remember I did that, and they let me through.
Yeah,
but I guess you never know. It is a gamble.
Yeah.
So but I think it's worth at least bringing the Celtics because you can either shoot them or, it was worth the gamble because alcohol is so expensive there anyway. So.
Right.
All right. Well, those are our comments. Thanks, everybody, for writing in.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, no outros for this one. But we do. I'm excited. Matt has a Chez Fond-du-Lait. And the big question, will this be our first restaurant to receive the Michelin star?
Oh, no.
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
What's on the menu?
Well, I'm glad you bring up the Michelin star because this restaurant is related to the restaurant where this idea was first conceived. I told you guys on a Patreon show about a restaurant chain called Tatsuya, and we had an amazing dinner, and that was the place where I was like, wow, I should create my own rating system, and this would get the Michelin star.
Yeah, Tatsuya is the Rush Hour to your Rotten Tomatoes because Rush Hour created Rotten Tomatoes.
So I mentioned they have a couple different restaurants and properties kind of all over this part of Texas, and they have a tiki bar called Tiki Tatsuya. And, we talked a little earlier about
imaginative.
That's crazy, right? You should check out Ramen Tatsuya as well. They serve ramen there,
Geez, they're getting real creative with these names.
Real creative, yeah. But as previously discussed, Valentine's Day, it's, why waste your time trying to get into a restaurant or a bar on Valentine's Day?
Let me reiterate this. Matt is right. It's too crowded. You're getting some shitty prefix menu because they have to make food for the masses. Like, no. Go on a different day. Get something special. Get what you want to get. Cook for Valentine's Day or celebrate Valentine's Day a different day. But don't go just because Hallmark and society told you to go.
Yeah. What you're saying is go to Burger King. Have it your way.
Go to Burger King. Get something solid. But seriously, these restaurants, they do come up with prefix menus. So you're only getting a portion of the menu. It's going to be overpriced. And it might, there's not going to be as much love, I know it's Valentine's Day, but put into this food because they're just trying to burn tables. They're trying to make money. This is a big moneymaker day for them. So don't go out on that day. Go ahead, Matt.
Good call. So we had a reservation to check out this tiki bar, Tiki Tatsuya, and this is a place that you have like a 2-hour time limit. And
geez, is that like your worst nightmare?
Yeah,
man. How do you? I cannot
believe. Wait, guys, just you wait.
You know that they're forcing him to place his order all at one time too. This is a nightmare.
I don't know what you. I'm so curious.
They do have a menu, with food items like little bar snacks in the small kitchen, but we had like a 3:30 time slot. And so our plan was always like, look, we're going to do like 2 rounds of drinks. And when we get our second round, we will get and split like an appetizer or something. And that shall be our experience here. Chris is already laughing.
That's how he's handling the disgust.
I feel like that's what you do as a tiki bar. They have, if you want to go get some like a real dinner there, they have other properties that are like normal restaurants
you're right.
that don't have a time limit.
Just appetizers is kind of what they do?
Yeah, it's kind of what this place is. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like the other Tatsuya property, you have to wait outside. you do not get to go inside until.
What is it with these people and
I
putting
don't
you in
know.
your place?
Yeah. Hey, cold Texas winter, your power's out.
Yep.
Too bad.
That's right. So it's essentially like a pocket door, but I don't know how else to describe it. It's like one of those Japanese sliding doors that finally like parts.
Is it made out of rice paper? Like, can you
It
see
wasn't
the
made
other
out of
side?
rice paper. It was like made out of bamboo or something like that. Maybe I'm imagining the bamboo part.
A
But either
sliding
way, it was
door, yeah.
some exotic sliding door, and then you are transported. You're no longer in a parking lot in Austin, Texas. You are now walking down like a lagoon, like a pier toward a mystery destination. It's like a Japanese flower garden.
Oh, you
Very
really are
peaceful.
transported. Yeah, that's beautiful. And
Another.
do you
Go ahead.
The way, like, you know, some people will gauge restaurants. Like, I wonder if they have to have they have to have a nice bathroom. If they put care into their bathroom, they'll probably put care in their food and whatever. Like, if you have a shitty bathroom, you remember. I think Matt's that way with doors. Like, he looks at the door and he can. It actually enhances his experience if it's a nice door.
Now, have
Most
you adjusted your thoughts on the nice bathroom since it became fashionable to do TikToks in nice bathrooms?
Oh,
That's tough.
You don't want them
That's
too
real
nice.
Can't be
tough.
too nice.
Can't
you
be
make a
too nice.
TikTok nice, and then you ruin it for everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can't make it cocaine nice because then everyone's going to spend all their time in there.
Oh yeah. Don't make it too. That's too. Get cocaine nice.
Sorry, Mom.
Jeez.
What I really should be apologizing to is my son, who one day will find this
Oh,
and
yeah.
not care about it.
Yeah, he won't care.
Yeah.
That's
He
good.
won't
That's
care.
the good news.
He'll be over you by then.
All
I
right,
got
so
news
now.
for you. He's already over me. Buckle up. You got about 18 months.
Oh man. All right, go ahead, Matt.
So after you've walked down this magical walkway, there's another set of doors that opens up, and now you've entered the actual tiki room itself.
So tell me about this garden. So how many steps?
That part of it was just sort of. It was really more of a transitional space. It was nice. It was
they
not
have-
really like the highlight of what this experience was. It was just sort of like suddenly you're like, whoa, where the hell am I? I felt like you're on like a Disneyland ride. or
Yeah, I was just
something.
gonna say they've zhuzhed up the line part of
Oh,
it.
okay.
Like,
Was there raked
Yeah,
sand?
but you're just walking in though. There's no line part. You're walking right through it, and it just was really well lit. What's that, Chris?
Was there raked sand?
Maybe
Like
some,
in a
water
bonsai garden?
features and stuff.
Didn't-
I
you
think I
remember-
was in this space for about 15 seconds. You just are kind of walking through to get to the front of the place.
Weird that we dedicated like 2 minutes.
I know. Well, Chris keeps asking me about it, and I'm trying to get
What
past
kind of
it.
flowers were in it? You remember? I mean, it's still a thing. Like people would have like a small, like
Yeah,
like
usually
1
next to
foot, or like maybe 6 inch by 6 inch little thing
Zen
of raked
garden.
sand, a Zen garden on
Yeah.
their desk.
It would usually be right next to the bonsai tree, but Matt killed it.
Oh, yeah, Matt.
Oh.
And then
I'm gonna get a new bonsai within the next couple months. That's my goal.
Those are kind of.
Do they allow that in Texas?
Oh, they do. I've found a place.
You found a bonsai
You
spot.
found a bonsai place?
I found a bonsai
Good.
place.
Well, please keep us updated. I'd love to
will.
see it in
I
the
will.
background of your Zooms. Now,
Ooh, that's a good spot.
is that those are terrible gifts, right? Like the desk stuff. Like remember, like you would get like a pool table, like a desk pool table.
Yeah.
Completely useless. What am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah,
And the balls just get everywhere.
the desk
Yeah.
stuff is not.
Desk paraphernalia. We don't need it.
No.
Maybe we're just minimal. Maybe it's the millennials in us, but we're just maybe we just
Yeah, we're
don't
Marie
need it.
Kondo, circa 2018.
Yes. Oh, I love her.
She had
All right.
kids and gave up though.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. We understand. And
Yeah.
nobody blames her. I appreciate that she actually went out and said that.
So do I.
So, Matt, tell us more about this garden.
So after the garden, you enter the actual tiki room itself, which is like it was like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Just like huge golden figures and skulls and lights, and it's just like a beautiful set. And it's essentially like a super fancy rainforest cafe. That's essentially what I have
Ooh,
come to understand.
Jeez, I haven't been to a rainforest cafe in a minute. So there's
Right?
so at every 50-minute mark, the lights would turn off. And
Well,
and
here's the deal. Here's the deal. So the menu it looked like a Disneyland map, like huge cardboard thing. You open it up like a fairy tale book. They have in addition, it's like there's the daytime cocktails, the nighttime cocktails, and the whole bottom part opens up and it's all like large format cocktails. So if you come with a big
Jeez.
group, you get these big fishbowl cocktails.
Hope you weren't
And
wearing sweatpants at this
when
restaurant.
somebody orders one of those large format cocktails, they do what you're talking about, Chris. All the lights come down. It's like a thunder and lightning, and a dude's walking in with a giant pirate ship. Gary, it took every ounce of my being to not record the table next to us. They were getting every amazing drink presentation, and I was just sitting there going, I can't take
Oh,
it.
you could do it for you.
You can do it. You just can't tell us about
You
it.
could do it for you, buddy. And you can still do it to us. We're going to talk about it. We'll make fun of you. We still make fun of you for filming a table next to you. But
God,
All right, so
the table next to you at that one was just a flambe situation. You've got fucking
Yeah.
dim lights and thunder
Yeah,
and
that's
lightning.
true.
Like, come
Real
on, baby.
presentation
If
here.
ever there was a time to film it, it's now.
yeah.
All right, so we're sitting at the table for about 5 minutes, and I'm trying to look through this insane menu. And there's not just the regular menu, there's also like a seasonal specials menu. And because it's Valentine's Day, there's also a Valentine's Day menu. So I get about 5 minutes in, I've barely even started to figure out what the hell we're gonna get. And then our waitress shows up, and she does like it felt like a 10-minute spiel where she's essentially like reading the menu to us.
Have you been here
And-
before? No? Okay.
Exactly,
Let me
that
tell
kind
you
of thing.
everything.
And I'm starting to get antsy. Like, I just want her to go away so that I can read this menu and try to figure out what the hell we're going to order. She disappears, and she's gone for like 25 minutes. So now I'm thinking about this 2-hour time limit, and we've been sitting here for like 35 minutes, and we have not placed any order yet. Okay.
Oh,
So
no.
finally, and again, our plan is we're going to place our first round of drinks, and then when we're done with those, we'll place a second order with something to eat. That's
The timer
exactly what we're
the
gonna
timer
do.
starts as soon as your butt hit those chairs.
Pretty much. So this girl shows up. We're now approaching like 40 minutes. And she's like, what do you guys want? And I give her our first round of drinks. And she goes, do you want anything to eat? And I said, yeah, but, not yet. We'll order in a little bit. And she goes, well, you only have a 2-hour time limit here. And just so you know, it's last call after 90 minutes. So just keep that in mind. And again, every ounce of my being to be like,
that's
I've
nightmare.
sat here for 40 fucking minutes. All I've wanted to do was have a drink in front of me. But I resisted the urge.
Okay.
We ordered our first round of drinks. Let me briefly explain it to you guys. My wife got this.
I feel like this is going to take 25 minutes to come out the
Anytime
ingredients.
the word briefly comes out, I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
All these drinks have, rums and spices in it. I'm not going to get into all the different ingredients. It's just too much to go through. But we're talking like big, fun tiki cocktails. So my wife gets this like Valentine's Day special that's got giant like bendy straw in the shape of a heart, which I got to just say right now, tiki cocktails, that's like peak bendy straw, right?
Yeah.
That and juice box. I don't know when else you would use a bendy straw.
The drinkware for tiki cocktails is just as fun as consuming the drink.
Absolutely.
I love those big, heavy mugs that they do cocktails in. It's like a guy's face.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
a stone face.
And you could see on the menu that like every drink has like a custom mug that's coming with it, right? So my first round, I see one that's on their seasonal menu. It's called the White Lotus. And it's got like
love that show.
apricot.
Yeah.
I do too. Apricot, pineapple, lime. Like, okay, I'm expecting this big, like beautiful flower drink.
Dead
They
Jennifer
bring it to
Coolidge.
me. Exactly. They bring it to me. It's just a little glass. Just like a little plain coupe glass.
Oh.
Not fun, drinkware, nothing.
Oh, you got the lamest glass of all
Julie's
of them.
fucking got like candy hearts and bullshit all over her drink, and I just have a little
Yeah.
tiny silver
Matt-
like
For
martini
Matt's
glass,
presentation,
basically.
they turn on the fluorescent lights and they hand it to him.
All right, so we got to place our food order, which was the crab lagoon. It was basically a deconstructed crab rangoon. You guys mentioned everything bagels. These were like Asian everything wontons, and you could dip it into like crab
dip or something.
into like crab dip. It was almost like crab queso.
I love a crab
It was
rangoon.
awesome.
Yeah,
was quite good.
Those are incredible. I love them. Man, my mouth is watering.
Incredible.
This place better get a Michelin star.
So second round of cocktails.
Not based on the service so far.
I know the service was rough. Second round of drinks. My wife got a drink called the Cobra Kai, which was served in a
Give
Cobra
this
shaped
place a
glass.
star.
And what I learned is if you wanted the non-alcoholic version of that drink, it's called the Miyagi-Do. Little inside joke for Cobra Kai fans,
that's
but I thought
cute.
that was pretty clever. But the drink that I got my second round was called the Forbidden Grog, which did come in a giant tiki mug.
Ooh,
and rather than the like apricot and pineapple flavors, this one was banana, fig, grapefruit, honey, like much deeper, darker flavors.
The grog's a strong drink, isn't it?
It was very, very strong.
Shit sounds
And
bananas.
The Navy grog. Yeah, it does sound
Yeah, it
bananas.
was sort of a play on that drink. The tiki mugs are great, but here's the real problem. You can't tell how much is left in your drink.
Is it
You know, I
Pebble
like
Ice?
to know
What is it?
how much is left, but you can't see the bottom. I couldn't even tell what kind of ice. I couldn't tell you if it was Pebble or Cube. I have no clue.
We got to turn the lights on at this place.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
You can't see the
You
ice.
really do. You could barely read the menu, and when my wife brought it up to the waitress, she basically said, "Your eyes are going to get used to it. Don't worry."
Oh.
And then 2 minutes later, or 10 minutes later, when she came back, she was having trouble placing our order into her computer because she couldn't read it. And she got her glasses out. She's like, "Sorry, I can't read here." I'm
Dude,
like, is this woman fucking for real? Like, what's happening?
Some restaurants really are just too dark to see the menu. I know you're trying
They
to
are.
create an ambiance, and gosh, nothing makes me feel older than having to get that iPhone flashlight out and read this menu.
I have noticed
Exactly.
that at a lot of the restaurants that I go to that are like that, they've started implementing like menus that have built-in lights. Like
Yes.
little mini LEDs
Brilliant.
along the sides so you can see it a little better, but it doesn't
Yeah.
disturb the whole restaurant.
I went to that NFG concert a couple weekends ago.
Yeah.
And there's a solo acoustic artist opening the show. She was great. And it's really intimate. She's playing, and I thought, I'm going to take a picture of this moment so I could show Jen what the concert's like and everything. So I put up my phone to take a picture, and I swear I never have my flash on, but for some reason it was on, and oh my god, so many people like looked back like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. This never happens."
That's the worst.
I've never felt older.
And there's just people all over the place that are taking pictures of their cocktails in this restaurant. So it's just lighting up all the time. Like,
Oh, I
just turn the
see.
lights up a little bit. Like, just a little
Just
bit.
a
I know I sound
touch.
like an old man. You could still have the
okay.
atmosphere. Anyway, it was a really fun. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, well, you know how I can tell if my drink is done in a drink that I can't see? Is I just suck the
How?
straw.
Yeah.
And then
you
they'll
can't.
tell me.
Sure.
Sometimes there's
But,
like
I
a
mean,
little
don't you-
warning noise, like
God damn it, Chris.
I'm just
But I'm
saying,
just
like
saying-
that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're brilliant, and you should be applauded for your innovations in this field. But I'm just saying, I want to have like a nice last sip, and I don't want to take like a big last sip and then realize, oh no, it's not my last sip. There's still just a little bit of like watery booze at the very bottom. It's just not as rewarding.
Yeah, and I can't imagine having an incredible experience. Your mind has to be clear, and with it constantly thinking about this clock, this ticking, ongoing clock, would drive me nuts.
That is how I was going to wrap all this up, which was to say that like the drinks were great, the food was great, the service was not great, but I don't even necessarily put that on the restaurant. That's just kind of like you just got seated on a bad section. But what did get me was that 2-hour time limit, and especially when it was taking so long to place our drink order, like my like tiki spirit was evaporating. I was not feeling
Oh
it.
no!
And I just the whole time in between rounds, I was like, "Oh, is she gonna come by again? Like, I want to make sure that we do this on time." So that part of it was kind of a bit of a drag.
Yeah.
There's
2-hour time limit. What is this? McDonald's, Matt? What is this?
exactly? So I'll just say there are some incredible bars out here in Austin. I would say this is one of them, but unless you specifically want to have a tiki bar experience, there's probably 5 other places that I would recommend before it. So it shall not be receiving a Michelin star. However, it was fun. And again, if somebody like really wants to have a fun tiki experience, hopefully you'll have better service than I did. You're not going to go wrong with the drinks. And that's what's on the menu.
Hey,
All right. Dude, that Shay
have
actually made me
outros on
hungry.
Patreon.
Oh, we do. Yes. Please subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/.
It's a hell of an outro.
Watercooler. Yeah, just talk over my plug, dude. I'm trying to give a.
That was the delay. That was the delay, though, right?
It was a delay. It was a delay. Patreon.com/watercooler. You get extra episodes and access to our whole archive of us doing Patreon shows over the years. Like, there's a ton of content there.
God, that URL is so clean, especially compared to the Facebook group.
Although I like how
I do
long
too.
and clunky the
I do
Facebook
too. I
group.
don't have a problem with
I don't think you can accidentally stumble upon our group.
Yeah, no.
Like, you kinda have-
Definitely not.
You have to show some sort of precision. Like,
I think
Yeah, it's like a drunk test too. Like if you're wasted, like yeah, I'll just type whatever. What was it again? Like you're not gonna find it. Like it's just.
Remember when Gmail had that thing where if you tried to send an email between a specific number of hours, it would force you to do a math problem to prove you weren't drunk?
Wow.
Like over the week, I remember this. Like it was like from midnight to like 5 a.m. If you tried to send an email, it would force you to do a math problem.
Yeah, I remember seeing something like that, or like with like there's like text messaging app or something that would do that too, so you don't send those drunk texts late at night. Yeah,
that's great.
But yeah, there are ways around it, which I appreciate.
I have a calculator.
All right, well, you guys want to go around and get our plugs in, then we'll go enjoy ourselves for Valentine's Day.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll start here with Gary. Gary, what do you suggest we all check out?
I suggest you check out the aforementioned Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. If you like this show, then it's more of this show. And
yes.
There you go. It's as simple as that. We have different tiers, but at the low end, for just $5 a month, you get twice as much of this. So.
To be clear, it's not just some extra episodes. It's literally half of the show that we've been recording. We've been doing 2 a week since 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up to well over 150 episodes now. So and by the way, it's not just like if you jump in now, you get all the ones going forward. You get all the back ones too. So if you subscribe now, you get years worth of content that you've missed so far. So check that out. It's the best and only way at the moment to support this show. Thank you guys very, very much for listening. We appreciate it and we really love it and we take it very seriously.
Yeah, we have a good time. All right, Matt, what about you?
I got a fun plug this week.
Finally.
As compared to what? My fucking piece
No,
of
no,
yeah,
plug
Gary, yeah, hey, unlike Gary, mine is enjoyable.
Unlike that
amongst
thing.
my own plugs. I feel like I'm always plugging just like the podcast that I work for or this podcast.
We're going to follow you on Twitter. Like this one's actually fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this one's kind of fun because we were talking tiki cocktails, we're talking Valentine's Day, and I actually recently got a couple really cool prints from a kind of naughty tiki website. It's called sexandmonsters.com. And I got these really cool prints that are like giant tiki recipes, and they have a kind of a cool vintage comic feel. There's boobies. I'm just going to be honest, there are some boobies on there. But it's really cool. It's a fucking amazing website. So
Matt's plug is for boobies.
Is he plugging? Yeah,
he plugs boobies.
Is he plugging?
That's your plug? Boobies?
What is this?
did I not say it was a fucking great plug? It was a fun plug, different.
I feel like I'm gonna get a virus if I go on this.
Hey Matt, what can we check out for you today? Tits?
Yeah.
No, sexandmonsters.com.
I just went. I got like 35 pop-ups. It's happening.
That's basically the opposite of unsubscribing to things. If you go to that website, you're on 50 lists.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Matt.
I feel bad for the artists that I'm trying to support right now because it's legit. And
I'm kidding.
I know.
I'm glad that you have boobies in your house now. That's
You have boobies up right now.
You may have noticed that the Godfather print that's underneath my microphone on what I guess is the right side of the screen, the left side of the screen. I don't know.
It'd be the left, but yeah, got it.
I had to move it to make room for these new prints that I got because I did not think I should put those in the view of my webcam.
Oh wait, they're there now?
Yeah, they're just off camera. Yeah.
So you do a little movie for the movie?
Does your camera turn?
It's a laptop.
So
yes. Oh no, it's locked in. All right, no worries. Maybe we don't do it because I don't want to get flagged on YouTube. Would they flag me for something like that?
For tits?
They're comic book tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'd flag you.
All right. Well, look for yourself, people.
Sexandmonsters.com.
Yeah, it's not that naughty. It's just like retro comic book kind of stuff, but with boobs.
But with boobs.
But with boobs.
All right. That was a fun plug. You're right, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. As for me, yeah, once again, just subscribe to our Patreon and yeah, just enjoy yourselves this week, everybody. We appreciate you. Oh, I'm going to Baltimore and West Palm Beach this weekend. If you're coming out to that, let me know.
Yeah, and look out for Patreon coming a day early this week as well.
Yeah, because we have a shortened week here at Corolla Studios. We are just slamming through some pods.
Yeah, it's intense.
Yeah, but anyway, thanks again to everybody for listening. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. We love doing this show, and we'll see you later this week. And goodbye. We love you.